Hi guys, this time I'm taking a look at a compact AUG. This is the Snow Wolf AUG Para. Compared to your standard AUGs, this one is a lot shorter, but due to the bullpup design, you still manage to house a long inner barrel inside it. In the box you get your usual instruction manual along with some BBs that, let's face it, ends up in the bin. And you also get a sling that I wouldn't trust to hold open a door, let alone hold the gun. You also get a high cap AUG style magazine and the gun itself. Surprisingly, no battery, no charger and no jamming rod. The rifle comes with a polymer body and has metal furniture dotted all around it. That, with the built-in metal scope, makes this weigh just over 3 kilos, so it's not the lightest gun out there. At the back you have a rubber butt plate that, once you manage to manipulate it, you can actually pull it off to reveal the battery housing. Inside you're going to find a mini Atami connection and you can easily fit a 7.4 LiPo in this thing. You also get 2 sling mounts on the gun, one found at the rear by the battery housing and another is attached in front of the scope. Along the top you have got 2 rubber covers. Like the buttstock, you can take these off and it reveals the ejection port on both sides, so depending on what you prefer, you can keep one on and keep the other one off. If you pull the charging handle back and up, it will lock it in place and that's going to give you access to its Rotary Hop style unit. Sadly, this doesn't have a lot of resistance to it, so I can easily see it adjusting itself mid-game, but it's easy enough to get your finger in and redial it. Underneath is where you're going to find your magazine housing with a push button release, make it easily accessible for both left and right handed players. The mag that comes with the gun is an AUG high cap with some very nice texturing. It's also slightly transparent so you are able to see the BBs inside it, making it easy for new players to know when you're running low on ammo. Just beyond the trigger is where you're going to find the safety catch. AUGs have got a progressive trigger, so when you push the safety to the first click, it's going to allow you to pull that trigger halfway, giving you a single shot. Push the safety all the way through and you can fully pull that trigger. That's going to let you have the full auto feature. On top of the gun is the built-in scope with a 3.5 times magnification. Above it there are also some basic iron sights just in case you don't want to use it, and you're also going to find windage and elevation adjustments on the side. At the front you do have a small rail system underneath, but it comes with a stubby vertical grip already installed out of the box. Personally for me, these do feel just a little bit too small on my hand and it's not as comfy as I'd like it, but it is a nice touch. I did also notice that while I was filming this, there is a little bit of wobble on that rail system as it's only held in by 1 pin. Above is the metal outer barrel and metal flash hider. Now these can be taken off, just remove the grub screw and it's going to reveal a 14mm counterclockwise thread so you can put on suppressors, tracer units, whatever you want onto this. Now, in the middle you may have noticed this little block and this is actually the takedown bolt. Push it all the way through and you can split the gun in 2. The main body will still house the version 3 gearbox with its quick change spring system and the other half is going to house that 6.08 inner barrel and the hop unit. For the Chrono, I'm using 0.2 gram BBs. So, with the scope dialed in the best I could, I was expecting to get a nice grouping out of this. Sadly, that just wasn't the case, but I've got to remind myself this is a budget rifle. Surprisingly, even though it weighs over 3 kilos due to its compact size, it just doesn't feel that heavy at all. It's small enough that you could use it in either CQB environments, and it's also got that range so you can use it for outdoor woodland rounds as well. It does almost feel like I'm using a compact M4, but if you prefer bullpups that take M4 mags instead of the AUGs, maybe check this video out next.